G'day, Woz here from Talk It Up. Firstly, please excuse the sound of the rain on the roof, but what better excuse or to spend a rainy day than make a new video in the shed. Welcome to episode 2 of the Retrospective series. Today I'm going to go back to 2019 when I went to visit Michael Shembry to do a photo shoot for Power Talk magazine. Michael had not long finished a extended restoration on a W924 Kenworth. What can you say about the W model? It would have to be one of the most iconic models that Kenworth has made to date. The long bonnet, the classic styling, classic lines, totally epitomises fast trucking in the 80s. While Michael's only had this truck since 2008, his connection to it goes way back past that. How did Michael come to have the truck? Glad you asked. Have you ever wanted something so badly that every time you saw it, every time you walked past it, drove past it, you said to yourself, or anyone else who's caring to listen, maybe not the wife, I'm going to buy that one day. Well, that's just how Michael felt about this truck. I'm going to buy that one day. Well, that's exactly what he said. The first time in 1988. He was referred to this truck, of course, which was owned by Jimmy Vella. So Jimmy and Michael both worked around Sydney in tipper trucks. And Jimmy and Michael's paths crossed on numerous times, and the conversations would always end with Michael saying, Jimmy, you need to sell me that truck one day. Jimmy bought the truck new in 1981 and worked it as a day cab semi-trailer tipper around Sydney cutting coal from over the mountains and sand as well. Jimmy named the truck the last one in a sneaky attempt to pacify his wife that it would actually be the last one. And he was true to his word. It was the last truck that he bought. Trouble was he was still driving it 38 years later before retiring. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Jimmy did end up selling the truck to Michael in about 2008. Michael runs Parkley Sand and Soil, a sand and soil supply yard in Western Sydney, and had originally planned to put the truck to work as a rigid tipper and dog trailer combination to work within his business. So over the next 10 years, a long, slow, part-time restoration. Work gets busy, so a little bit got done and then it get left for a while and then come back. So that took about 10 years to eventually get the truck finished. The original Cummins 400 big cam was plucked out and probably attached to the anchor of some flashy cabin cruiser down in Sydney Harbour somewhere. It was replaced with an N14 Redhead at 525 horsepower, and then an 18-speed road ranger was bolted to the back of that. The bone-jarring RTE 380 suspension was replaced, and a more bum-friendly air guide system was added, and the chassis was extended out to accept the tipper. So with so much blood, sweat and tears poured into the project, the restoration, Michael decided to question his decision as to whether he would put the truck to work in his business as a tipper. Michael's brother Ray steered the restoration with help from the company's mechanic, Manuel Addard, and everything was basically either replaced or rebuilt. There was no stone left unturned. Eventually a decision was made not to finish the truck as a tipper. It was restored. At that point, the chassis had already been extended and the cab had been painted, but with that decision being made, Michael's brother Ray had a 36-inch bump laying around, which was then modified to suit the W model and repainted with the resheeting work done by Matt Stevenson and MLS Truck Repairs, and then repainted to match the day cab. The day cab had already been painted previously by Habib Brothers at Austral, and so now the bunk was a great match to join up to the cab. The interior was trimmed by Bruce Gunter, and then to finish off the project, the line and scroll work was completed by Nev Greentree. So basically that finished up the project, which got the truck to how it looks today. So without any further ado, please enjoy the last one.